February 1st, and today we have a special guest.
Punxsutawney Phil on this show today, seeing his shadow. So
Not exactly. We have Mr. Merrill today.
Better than a groundhog.
He is going to be explaining the new electronic use policy.
Oh.
So we go to him now.
Good morning, Madison. This morning I want to speak to you about a change in Madison policy related to the use of electronic devices. It's a policy that I think that you all will be very excited about. After lengthy discussions with students, teachers, staff, as well as parents, I think we've crafted a new electronic device policy that I hope will meet the needs of all of our students and our staff. Effective today, February 1st, 2012, Madison will adopt the following, and I want you to listen carefully. First, teachers are permitted to authorize student use of electronic devices to support the instructional program. That means students can use electronic devices, which would include smartphones, tablets, laptops, the like, in class with teacher permission. Teachers will always have the authority to require students to turn off and put away devices when requested. In addition, teachers will always have the authority to confiscate the devices if they cause a disruption to the instructional program. The second piece, students will be permitted to use electronic devices during lunch, in and around and immediately the cafeteria area. So that means if you're outside the cafeteria, if you are using the benches outside the cafeteria, you can use electronic devices during that time, outside of the cafeteria during that time as well. The third piece, students will be permitted to use electronic devices during SAP time, except when they are with the teacher and the teacher has requested that they be turned off and put away. So what that means is during SAP, if you're in a classroom and the teacher permits you to use electronic devices, that's okay. If you're in the library or whatnot, that's fine. But if you go into a classroom and the teacher requests that you put those devices away and turn them off, you must do so. The fourth piece is students will continue to be permitted to use electronic devices before school up until 7:20 and after school at 2:10. And then after lengthy discussions, the fifth point, lengthy discussions with students, we discussed the topic of permitting students to use electronic devices during passing time. We decided that was not a good idea, and the rationale behind that was that our hallways are already crowded enough, and they will continue to get more crowded in the next few years. The idea of students texting while they are walking further slows and impedes student traffic and progress, and we don't want other students to be late because there's a traffic jam because students are texting or doing whatever they are on their smartphones. The last point I want to make is Fairfax County requires that all students who use the school network be registered with the school and accept responsibility for their own equipment. I have asked Mr. Azimi to describe the registration process that we will need for you to participate in if you want to use a laptop, a smartphone, or a tablet in school. To make the process easier, here's what we've tried to do to assist you all. And what we've done is we've come up with kind of the elementary school piece, and that would be we've come up with a color-coded sign. The idea is when you see red, that's typically going to be a time when you're either in SOL or AP testing, and what we need to make sure is that the device will be confiscated if it's seen, that the test results will be voided, and you must put these things away, have them turned off at all times. If you see an orange sign, you certainly can possess your devices, but they should be either put on vibrate or silent and out of sight. For instance, the hallways during passing time would be an orange area. A yellow area would be a specified use only. For instance, a classroom, electronic devices are permitted for specific instructional use. So classrooms would be a yellow area. And finally, you'll see green signs. Green signs mean you are in a general use area, which means open use of devices in the cafeteria during lunch and SAP. Loss of network access. In other words, we would ban you from using the network if you violate the acceptable use policy. And the final thing I would say about this is going to be a cultural shift for Madison. It's probably as large as when we went to the block scheduling some 12 years ago. I recognize the next 3 weeks are going to kind of be a little bit different for you all, but what I think is important is through conversations between students, faculty, parents, and everyone, we've come up with a policy that we hope will meet your needs, will meet the needs of the teachers, and will make everybody happy. So again, effective this afternoon, or actually as soon as I get off the air, this will go into effect. Mr. Azimi again will talk about the registration of electronic devices, and then in the next few days, we'll go back over some etiquette with electronic devices at another time. Thank you and have a great day, Madison.
Well, that about explains it, I think.
And tomorrow we're going to be having some skits about the proper use of the policy.
Helpful explanation.
The red, the orange, the yellow, and green, all of that stuff. And also cell phone
Hang on, I
etiquette.
got a text.
That is not good etiquette. Anyway, something you can do is follow us on Twitter.
We have a Twitter?
Yes, Amtv has a Twitter. It is at Amtv JMHS. So follow us. We tweet all the day's announcements. And
It's a cat drinking milk.
that's not what we use it for. But follow us on Twitter, and we will see you next March.
Hashtag.
Next month in March. Say bye.
Oh.
Bye.